You know, I was thinking the other day, he has a wife.
I have a wife.
It's the first time I've ever worked with a married Howard Stern.
I met A-Rod, by the way, the other night.
He
Believe
doesn't
it or not,
have a wife.
I went out to dinner and he walks in with. I didn't even know. You know me. I don't know who A-Rod is.
Not even that guy though.
I never even saw a picture of him.
He's never watched a Yankee game.
Yeah, but I mean, Howard, he's on the cover of the paper every other day.
I had no clue it was A-Rod.
Okay.
So I'm sitting at dinner. And, they march him over to the table, and
they did?
He was there with Ingrid, Madonna's best friend, and he came over, hey, Howard. And
what is his connection to Madonna?
I don't know.
Kabbalah, I think. That's what they're claiming. That
Pussy.
He's all into Kabbalah, right?
You know, at A-Rock, you get lots of, because Beth goes, that's a really good-looking guy. But anyway, I introduced her. I went, this is my, and I had to stop and think. I go, this is my wife, Beth.
Right, because you got used to the fiance thing after a while.
Yeah.
You were using the term fiance a lot. And now you've got to say wife.
I thought A-Rod was the busboy. I had no idea.
Oh.
Really?
Big
I was
busboy.
like, more sake, please?
That's a well-paid busboy.
That's a very big busboy.
What?
Yeah. But evidently, women do find, because a lot of the women were like, oh, my God, he's the best-looking guy, A-Rod.
He's a modern-day Babe Ruth, only good-looking.
Actually never seen him in person, but my driver was outside of Bergdorf's or Barney's, one of those stores one day when I was inside. And when I came out, he said, did you see A-Rod when he was in there? And I said, no, I didn't. He goes, oh, my God. He's the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Really?
He started to go
driver said that?
about the color of his skin.
Wow.
And how big he was.
That's when you know you're good looking, when other guys are starting to flip.
I was like, I'm getting worried about Gene. He has a wife.
Yeah.
I was like, your driver was sort of a guy's guy.
That's what happens. This is what A-Rod does.
He does that. He doesn't. What he doesn't do is get a fucking big hit in October.
Anyway, the wedding, I was very stressed out before the wedding.
Yes.
First of all, we did that whole, what famous people do thing. That's the other thing on Stern Fan Network. They were like, oh, Howard had a lot of famous people at his wedding. Well, that's all they write about in the paper. We had a lot of regular people, too.
Absolutely.
There were a lot of shitheads at that wedding.
Yeah, we had tons of shitheads. So, anyways, they were like, well...
JD was there. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, come on. So, where do I begin? I was really stressed out ahead of time that...
Well, you kept saying you didn't even think people were expecting too much. They were not going to have a good time.
First, I did that whole celebrity thing where, like, you know how you don't give anyone the location of the place until, like, the day before?
Now, did you give out the location the day before? Were you, in fact, the source?
Well, yeah. I mean, we
Why?
like,
Where did you get it?
No, I'm saying. Oh, okay. I meant publicly, obviously.
No, not publicly.
Publicly.
Right.
I
But
know,
in a sense,
I know who
you
did
do.
that. Donald Trump did that.
Yeah. In a sense, you do. You think so? Is he the guy?
Well, he was the guy. If you read the article in the New York Post on page 6,
He was mentioned.
They go, Donald Trump will be there. I mean, he was the only name. How would anyone know Donald Trump was going to be at my wedding?
Right.
Is he that much of a publicity guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
You see, Donald thinks he's doing you a favor by, he's like, I can't believe this guy doesn't want publicity.
Right. He's like, he's not getting any publicity. I'll help him out.
He really thought you needed it. Listen, no one's covering your wedding, man.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
He was like, gee, no one's going to know about it, and why would anyone want to go?
I see what you're
wondered
talking about.
how all that press got there.
I know how.
You were keeping them it was so secret.
I know how.
And then all of a sudden it was like almost like walking a red carpet.
I know how it was. The whole thing was in page 6.
Right, Trump put it on page 6. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know for sure that he did it, but my guess was that Trump was the guy. And so what? I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, I was just happy, and so I kind of stressed out. And the reason I did this whole kind of subterfuge where you don't tell anyone where it is because I did want to avoid any kind of press. I wanted just to have like a wedding where it would have been, people wouldn't be worried about that kind of stuff. But of course, it got out. Word got out. And then, but I said to Beth, for once, I was like a good calming source. I said, you know what? Who cares if it gets out? Because this whole thing's a bit of a circus anyway. My life's been a circus. Our life together's been a circus, and we're having it at Le Cirque, which stands for circus. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like
It was very
I said
appropriate.
it's just a circus, and we should just go with it and have some fun. And,
Right.
And the day of the wedding, there were all these paparazzi guys outside my apartment and everything, and Beth and I decided, but Beth's going to be in her wedding dress. I'm going to be in my suit. Who the fuck wants to stand out on the streets, but next to the garbage pails,
getting your picture?
and that'll be the picture of everything. So we did this whole thing where we ducked out on the paparazzi. You know, it was like a whole
How'd you do that?
Oh, my God, don't ask. Ralph went out of my apartment and covered his face.
fakes?
You know how Ralph looks like me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Him and Sam Simon pulled up, and Ralph got in the car and covered his face, and then they all followed the car, and then we walked out.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Ralph was...
Yeah, so you did the double thing.
Yeah, I have a double.
They thought Sam...
Finally, Ralph has a purpose.
The only
thought Sam
insult
was Beth,
I was
yeah.
going to say, they thought Sam was Beth.
Oh, God.
So anyway, you know, so we did that whole thing. So it was sort of gay in a way, you know, in the sense that, you know, here I am ducking the paparazzi and being a douchebag and, you know, hiding the day of my wedding and hiding where the location's going to be. But I was just like...
up until, you know, a few hours before the wedding, I was like, well, I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah. Right. And it just, but it was kind of weird. But, you know, I didn't know what to do. I'm just like thinking... Geez, do we really want to make this into a press event? It ended up being one anyway.
Right,
but,
you might as well have. You would have controlled it a little better.
But I gave it a shot at trying to make it somewhat private, you know.
Think about all the people who got to dummy up, though. You got people who work at the place. You got assistants of people who know. You got, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was over. So anyway, I tried. And I'm not even sure why I tried, but I did. So then, because, you know, the High Pitch Eric was there. And, you know,
Yeah, I heard on the news that High Pitch Eric just hung out forever.
Yeah, he was there.
he had the best time at the wedding.
I do notice that the articles afterwards, the only person who gave an extensive interview was Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic was like on every newscast. And
In every article, you know, it's Dominic giving details.
Dominic, yeah. So anyway, you know, Beth...
I hardly saw Dominic there. He must have been doing interviews.
Beth had this whole secret plan. She told everyone she was going to wear kind of a, you know, a traditional wedding dress. And she made this wedding dress.
Beautiful, man.
Oh,
really
amazing.
Like the hottest wedding dress I ever seen.
Ever.
Like I ever saw in my life.
It's
Yeah.
so
And
beautiful.
yeah, and she did what brides are supposed to do. You're supposed to be the most special girl in the place when you get married, and
Yes.
she fucking did it, you know?
Yeah.
So I knew about this wedding dress, and you know, she said, "Oh my God!" And you know, the crack of my ass is showing on purpose, and I'm going to show off. You know, just it's going to be pretty wild. And the woman who made this dress is Georgina Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
That's who the designer she likes.
Oh, that's someone I didn't know that name.
Yeah, and she's married to Harvey Weinstein, actually.
That's why Artie knows.
And
No,
she's a
no, no,
super
I've
cute
heard
chick.
I've heard
Super
that name.
cute. Oh my God, so beautiful. In fact, I got a picture of her dolling Beth up. I ought to put that up on the website somewhere.
She personally did the whole thing.
Yeah, she helped her with it. So I come downstairs. I go, God, she is such a beautiful bride. I'm so lucky. Blah 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 blah. Feeling really good. And you know,
you
like
should have,
afterwards,
man. That's a bride you want to see.
I go on the Stern Fan Network afterwards. They go, oh, what a whore. What a stripper outfit. What a, you know.
Oh, my
And I was like, you
God.
know, these fucking guys.
You
I
can't
fucking,
please them. Why did you look?
she, you know, she wanted to look hot. And
It was such a beautiful dress, and while it showed skin, it wasn't tasteless.
no, it wasn't. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was made it right. You
I
liked
thought
it.
it was amazing.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. But by the way, there were more than at least 5 guests who I won't name by name, who were pretty touchy-feely with her after
you're
the wedding.
kidding.
Yeah, right after I married her, we're really coming
They
on
were
pretty
rubbing,
strong.
they were feeling her up.
Rubbing her back, feeling her up. I mean, they're trying to, you know, because
Oh my God!
I mean, she did look good, but you know, you
you
don't do
don't
that.
touch.
Isn't anyone afraid of me anymore?
No,
No,
apparently not.
Nobody cares.
Were these famous people?
Some of them.
Come on, name names.
All right, one of them's on The View. I can't say her name.
Yeah.
It's a woman.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, there were a couple of people who were very let's. Beth said that a couple of guys were taken with me. I said, how far did they get?
Really? I mean, did you get her first, or did they?
I was concerned because she didn't wear any panties. In that
couldn't
outfit,
in that
you can't.
outfit.
I was like, that was making me nuts.
I know.
But it was great because when she walked in, nobody expected her to be almost naked. You know,
Yeah, no, that was
it was
very
pretty
nice.
cool. So then, I don't know where to begin. I mean,
But wait a minute, you got to tell me somebody who was inappropriate.
no.
Come on.
Beth asked me not to. What am I going to do? It's my wife. You know, she's not a girlfriend anymore. She's the wife.
Okay.
So,
Well, I
Beth
thought it
got,
was-
by the way, Beth got really drunk at the wedding.
You're
Good,
kidding.
good.
Yeah,
I heard
and-
a lot of people got really drunk. I missed the whole thing.
Oh my God, she got so wasted that like at the end of the night, she grabbed a glass of champagne
Yeah.
And like she had dropped a glass of champagne, she'd spilled champagne on me, and then she took a glass and she like was going to drink it. I saw she was already tipsy, like she was going to fall over in her shoes.
Wow.
So I said, no more
You
champagne.
had to cut her off?
I cut her off and took her home. This was at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you guys hung out a lot longer than anybody thought. In fact, Beth and I were joking before the wedding that, you know, it was going to start at 7 and I'd be home in bed by 9.
Well, for those who stayed late, they got to see my rousing rendition of Wild Thing.
Yes, I saw that.
With John Stamos on drums.
I said, I know Howard's drunk.
Yeah, I was singing. And I wasn't actually drunk. That's the weird part.
Really? Because
I had 2
thought,
drinks.
my goodness, he must be feeling no pain.
Nah, you know what it was? I was really stressed out, and this is my personality. I was really stressed out whether people were having a good time or not.
I heard that too.
Like-
that you were complaining even during the wedding. Nobody's liking this.
Well, I was first of all, we did it at a restaurant, and amazing things happened sort of musically. Phoebe Snow got up and sang. Billy Joel got up and sang. And like halfway through
Natalie
Billy's
Maines?
first song, halfway through Billy's first song, I realized a lot of people couldn't see or hear him because it was in a restaurant, and a lot of people were. So I was all stressed
I was all
out.
the way at the back when Billy started singing.
Right.
And I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
Because he sang an unusual song.
It was
to
a James
start
Taylor
off.
song.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh my God, that's Billy Joel. And then people
Yeah.
started surging forward. They all left the back of the room.
Yeah, it was a pretty. You know, it's pretty special when Billy Joel sings
Oh,
a
my
song at your
God.
wedding. It's not, let alone
Live,
3.
and in person.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and I
Phoebe
called him.
Snow's voice is unreal.
Phoebe Snow is amazing, and you know what? I was thinking about it. She sang.
She sang a lot.
Well, yeah. If you stayed, what happened was we had a back room.
Right.
Pat Monahan got up and sang.
He was amazing.
I heard all
But I
of
felt like
that.
a lot of people had left by the time Pat sang.
I don't know. I stayed for the whole. I saw it all, and Pat was incredible.
No, I
But see,
heard
that's
every-
you see. I was stressing out that people were leaving and not seeing Pat Monahan. And then I felt like if Billy had stayed, he would have jammed a little with Pat Monahan. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, I think Billy got out of there right after he sang, right?
And like a lot of people were leaving when the whole thing was going on in the back.
But there was a huge crowd standing
There was.
around. I mean, there wasn't supposed to be a dance floor, and everybody started dancing. They were
Yeah.
having such a good time.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was
there's,
amazing.
There's no way you would have been able to tell.
It was
who
the
left and-
greatest. I've never had so much fun at a wedding. I was like, who would have thought that was a wedding?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That was the idea, to have fun. So, like, the feedback I got from everyone after the wedding was everybody had like a really, really great time.
It was
like,
a very special night. It was really unique.
I don't know what time Artie left, but it got even. It just kept staying amazing. It
I
was
left at
just
midnight. I left
Yeah.
at midnight.
So I got, Artie left me a message, and I guess with Artie's sobriety, if you don't mind me saying this,
no. I don't-
with Artie's sobriety, you know,
It's a little difficult.
it's a little difficult to watch everyone drink. And I was real proud of Artie, actually, and I called him back. You got my message, I hope.
yes, that was very nice.
And I said, you know, man, I'm real proud of you because rather than stay there and torture himself, he stayed till midnight, which is
Or he
more
went
than.
somewhere where he could really have a drink. Yeah, either way.
I heard someone told
To a
me.
heroin den.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't be so proud of you. You went home. I thought you were going home. I heard you went out to hang out with some of your drug friends.
No. I played poker. I went to go play poker with actually AA guys.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it
You
was.
had an alcohol-free poker game.
Well, not alcohol free, but for few of the guys, there's guys in Jersey I play poker with for years, and they play every Thursday night. So they were playing in Brooklyn, and I went, and I don't know, it was weird. Like I had to replace gambling. I had to replace drinking with gambling.
Oh
for
no!
that.
Oh no!
But
oh, no.
I won some money. But
Did you?
was it high-stakes poker?
yeah, this is like a $2,500 buy-in.
Oh, this is
Oh.
one of those real games.
Yeah. It's dealer's choice, you know. It's like whatever. I went
And
there.
it starts at midnight.
No, it starts about 10.
Oh, but they let you come in late.
Yeah. They're I've
You
been
can
friends
come
with
in at any time, right?
Yeah, I've been friends with these guys for a long time.
Right.
So it was I was up $3,700.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I
Did you
won.
win?
I won.
You won
Yeah,
$3,700.
$3,700. But no, it's actually it's a weird thing because I know 3 of the guys are major AA guys. So I don't know. I just went over there and played cards.
So some guys drink and some don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's
that's
not.
good.
It's very much about the poker game,
Right.
more than the drinking. So you know.
These are serious guys. They don't want a bunch of drunks at the table.
Well, they wouldn't mind that if they're losing their money to them.
Was it really hard for you though not to drink at the wedding?
No, like I say, if I could be at a place where I'm having fun, I thought my table was so much fun. I was with Jimmy and Sarah and Kelly Ripa, who was such a sweetheart. She was very nice to me.
Right.
Mark Consuelos, Chevy Chase and his wife, and Stamos and that hot chick he was with. That was a fun table.
Leah.
Leah,
Gal
right?
pal,
Yeah, she
as
was
I saw in Us Weekly.
very pretty.
Yes, very hot.
Very pretty.
Well, come on, he's John Stamos.
Yeah.
He's prettier than her.
Yeah, I
know.
mean, a girl has to realize John's still going to be prettier.
And very nice, too, by the way.
Yeah,
Very
sweet
nice.
girl.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had an interesting ceremony. We had Mark Consuelos
That
marry
was
us.
hysterical.
And everyone was like, "Well, why are you doing that?" Because I go, "Because it's theater, and Mark's he's a really nice guy.
Oh,
You know,
my
we
God.
got to know him.
He took it so seriously.
Yeah.
That was what made it fun.
That's why we chose him. The guy said, I would really, when we asked him, he said, no, I would really do a serious job. And he says, and I'll keep it moving fast.
No, it's quick. And
Yeah.
He was like the master of ceremonies. He was like, here we go.
there
He
was
was
no
really
time to
good.
get bored. That's what was great about it.
And there was
Usually
no
where-
long, sappy. You remember, I love Bubba's wedding because it was very kitsch. But that minister, when he started droning on.
My God. Well, we didn't put anyone through that. No offense, Bubba.
No, your vows were great, too. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, that morning of the wedding, Beth wrote her vows separately from me. And
You guys waited till the last minute?
yeah, we kept saying we have to write our vows. We have to write our vows. I've
Wow,
always
'cause
been that way. Even in school, I have to
Yeah.
wait till the last minute.
Well, when she said, when we left each other today to go write our vows, I'm like, they're kidding.
No. And
With everything else going on.
yeah, I mean, the only vow that I had written ahead of time was that I was laying in bed one night and I said, I vow to always TiVo all of our favorite shows,
That was funny.
including the following shows. Then I listed Bachelor, Bachelorette,
What
American
was
Idol. I mean,
it? Biggest
Idol.
Loser and Biggest Loser Family. That
Right.
was the one that got me.
Yeah. So I listed everything in our TiVo. You know, so.
I think promising to shave all your disgusting body hair was nice, too.
Yeah, and I start out with I promise to do all the things that guys always promise their wives will do. Shave clip my nasal hairs,
Right,
shave.
right,
and
right.
I had this whole Dutch oven line that I left out.
I know. I heard about that.
Yeah, I left out the Dutch oven
Yeah,
comments.
the
'cause-
Marty got
purpose?
well,
cut.
yeah, I was reading the crowd. They wanted me to move on, and then I realized I was going on with the funny shit for a while, and I said, this crowd's starting to think I'm going to treat this as a goof.
Right.
So then I got down to serious vows. I should have brought my vows in to read to you.
Yeah, they
Man.
were good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beth started crying.
You got Beth to. She literally started bawling
Hey,
in
Gary,
the middle of the wedding.
Make a note tomorrow. I want to read my vow. I don't know if I even want to share them, but maybe I will.
I don't know.
I'll see.
I don't know.
So Beth
Ask
starts.
Beth. I mean, run it
Feel
by
it out.
Beth. Yeah.
All right. Beth starts crying because Barbara Walters afterwards asked me for the vow. She wanted to read them on The View, and I went.
No, she shouldn't be reading them.
Yeah, I went okay, and then I thought I went home and I went. I don't know. She goes, email them to my producer Bill Geddes, and I was like, I'm not going to email my vows.
Yeah, some guy handing.
Yeah.
You know,
Felt kinda
with
weird.
His hands all over your vows.
It felt kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, they're for you.
And then,
Email your vows.
yeah, and then it was like.
It's become a cold world.
she wants to use them.
So then so we had this ceremony. Mark Consuelos was the guy who marrying us, and then Natalie Maines sang "When I See Beth Smiling."
And that was so beautiful when you guys were walking in. That made people cry.
My criticism was though that no one could see Natalie singing.
I didn't know who was singing it.
That's what I mean. She should have been up on the
Yeah.
whatever that thing is.
That moment got to me because I was sitting next to Jason. I was standing next to Jason Kaplan and his fiance. And I was saying, could you imagine that guy, that super fan, sent that in, and the guy's dead now, and it's being sung at your wedding.
I
You
said,
walk down the
I hope
aisle.
He's listening or hearing this up in heaven.
Wow.
He would be so proud.
Gary, give me the name of the guy who wrote "When I See Beth Smile."
Lonnie Heckman.
Lonnie Heckman's song "When I See Beth Smile." It was Jimmy Kimmel's idea. Jimmy ran into Natalie Maines of the Dixie Chicks, who's a big fan of this show. He runs into her and he wrote me an email and he goes, I just spoke to Natalie Maines. I had this great idea. I asked her if she'd sing When I See Beth Smiling, and she said she would.
Oh, that was a touch of genius.
I was like, wow, that is really good. I said, you really think she wants to do it? I don't want to put her out or anything. He goes, no, she's into it. She wants to do it.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so great. It was a great start to the whole thing.
Yeah, sung by a professional singer like that, a huge, like a star.
Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks.
And
was
you're
singing
walking down the aisle with that guy. If there's ever a guy looking down from somewhere happy, it's that guy.
Yeah.
I felt important. So it was really
and it
great.
was all about Beth. I loved it. I loved the whole thing of it.
I wish I had a copy of this song because I really didn't even get to hear it that much because we were walking and saying hello to everyone.
Right.
And I'd love to hear what she did with it. She said she even wrote an original verse to it.
Yeah, see, I couldn't make out everything that was going on. I just sort of recognized that was when I see Beth smiling.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, I was like, whoa. I mean, I said I should have videotaped this thing, but I didn't want to have video cameras around. I want the people to feel like they didn't. I only had a photographer.
Right.
And we got back some of the pictures, not all of them. I can't wait to
Go through them
because
that'll be cool.
the woman's a fantastic photographer, and Beth released like 2 of the pictures to the paper.
Those were beautiful. I mean, I was watching The View, I guess, that Monday.
Right.
And, or no, it was Regis and Kelly.
Right.
And Kelly had some pictures that, Beth had sent her. They were amazing.
There's supposedly some in People magazine and Us magazine. I haven't seen it.
I saw the ones in Us Weekly. Yeah, they were good too, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister had the Us Weekly and showed them to me. So, right, So you didn't sell pictures?
No.
In
fact, this was really weird. We didn't have a publicist or anything like that. People had contacted us and said, if you would let us have some wedding pictures, we'll pay you like over $1 million or something.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I'm not getting into that world. I've never been into that thing. And I don't want to be in any fucking magazine. That was my viewpoint. So Beth said to me, she agreed and this and that. She said, maybe I'll release a picture of me in the wedding dress because it would be good for Georgina. And I said, that's fine. I don't care. I said, I just don't want to be in any picture. So, and, someone said to me, get the money and give it to charity. And I said, you know what? I believe in giving money you earn to charity. It's like, I don't need to sell pictures. It's like
money you don't have, you're just not taking it. It's not really you giving.
So after the wedding, Beth showed me 2 of the pictures we got from the photographer. We didn't even get all of them back. And I said, you know what? Those are really beautiful. I'd like to share those with the fans and stuff. I don't feel funny about it. I feel really proud that I married you. I'm in love with you. And I'm happy to release these. And I feel good about it.
Yeah, they were very tasteful.
Yeah.
too, absolutely.
And I said, you look beautiful in your dress. And I feel real good about it. That's how I felt. That's just, I was drunk as a skunk when I made that decision. I was sitting there drinking with Beth.
But you're happy about it now that you're sober.
Yeah, I was wasted. And and then, I just made this decision. So Beth said, well, how do I do this? So she sent the pictures over to Georgina, who had a public relations firm. And she knows someone at Us Magazine who did a story. And she sent it over to them and stuff. So then they start asking her, are these pictures exclusive?
Right, because I saw exclusive picture.
Yeah, so Beth goes, well, she was honest. She said, look, I just sent these over to Us, and Georgina released them. We didn't know the people would pick up on them and stuff. Man. So the woman on Us goes, I heard these are in People. And Beth goes, look, I'm not looking for any money.
What do you want from me?
I don't know what to tell you. We don't even care. If you don't want to use them, don't use them. We felt they were nice pictures. You keep asking us for pictures. Here's the pictures. We're not in charge of whether they're exclusive or not, nor are we representing these. All of a sudden, I'm involved in these intense discussions. I said, listen, cut off all discussions.
Yeah, you didn't even want to do this kind of thing, and now you're doing it anyway, and for no money.
Yeah, I said, don't. I'm not looking for a dime.
I got married. Here's a picture.
Here's a picture. You asked for a picture. Here it is.
Yeah. You were begging for a picture. Now you're yelling and screaming at
it. So, anyway, ceremony starts. We walk in. And I got to admit, I was, like, nervous beforehand. More nervous that people wouldn't have a good time. I don't know why that matters so fucking much to me. I was having a good time.
You did everything you could to make it a wonderful occasion. So I guess you do. I mean, I've given those things, and you do. You worry about every little thing going right and people just enjoying themselves and being comfortable.
Right. So I walk in. And everybody's there. And Beth's idea was, we'll walk into the restaurant. She goes, and let's just walk straight right up. Like people having cocktails and eating hors d'oeuvres. We'll walk straight up and get married right in front of them. They won't even know.
That was, I thought, the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, Beth says, just do it that way. That way no one has to interrupt their party. It's entertaining for them, and then we're out.
We were in a cocktail hour. We were at the wedding.
Right. So I thought that was cool.
That was a good format for other people to take note
of. Yeah. Enough with sitting down.
And now we got to move to another place, another place, and another place.
Yeah, we walked in, boom, right up to stage. Natalie started singing When I See Beth Smiling. And then, bam, we hit the, whatever that thing was, a little stage area.
Right, the huppah.
People were calling it a huppah, but it was not a Mark Consuelos was more of a padre than a rabbi.
Right.
Well, yeah, he was a reverend.
He was a reverend. And this guy took it so seriously. I mean, I can't thank this guy enough. He put thought into it, and he went out and got a license, and he found out all the rules, who has to sign the marriage certificate, blah, blah, blah.
He had Kelly carrying around the license.
Yeah. Kelly was hunting people down to sign the license, you know.
Right, it was so funny.
Yeah, it was great. And that's a great couple. They were really just nice people. So they did that. So then Mark starts the thing. Natalie has sung already, and Mark starts his thing. And he got right to it. He introduces Jimmy Kimmel, who we were told was going to make a serious poem. That was Jimmy's idea. Jimmy goes, I'm going up and doing a serious, sappy love poem.
Right, like somebody else wrote.
Yeah, which I thought would have been hysterical. So Jimmy gets up there, and he starts to do this serious poem, and I realized, like a line or two in, I said, he shouldn't have gone serious, because you know what, it's not that funny. But then all of a sudden, he wisely went to funny.
Right.
Here,
no, he did. He called an audible there. I thought he did that on purpose.
No, he did it on purpose. But I thought he was going to go all serious.
Right.
Do you want to hear what he said?
Sure, I heard it, but it was so funny. I think others should.
I won't do it as good as he did it, because imagine in front of all those people, he gets up and he goes, "Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. Love is not proud. It is not self-seeking." So here I'm going.
Right.
We're going to be in fucking trouble, because it is kind of funny to have Jimmy just be serious,
Right.
but
Why
it's not
is Jimmy
that funny.
speaking if this is what he's going to say?
Love waits quietly while he plays chess online against 8-year-olds. Love is saving a bunny in the park and a filthy seagull on the beach. Love is going to bed with him every night before the 6 o'clock news. Love is sitting through a whole Tyra Banks show just to see her. Love is dancing with homosexuals while he plays beer pong with Ivanka Trump. Love is letting his gay friend vomit all over the guest room. Love is having every detail of your sex life available to anyone who can afford to pay $12.99 a month. Love is going to Pittsburgh to see your family and not making him come with you when you know full well he's at home masturbating. Love is watching horrible shows like The Bachelor, even though they might be a bit too girly for your taste. Love is never asking why an adult man with grown children carries baby wipes wherever he goes. But most of all, love is when the engagement chicken actually works. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. And I thought that was the greatest. It was
great. It was so well received by the crowd, too, because everybody did think, uh-oh. And then he came out with that first line, and everybody relaxed and got into it.
Then Mark Consuelos said, okay, Howard and Beth have written vows. And then, we gave the vows. And I'm starting to read my vows, and I get to the serious stuff, and Beth starts crying. Yeah. And I got to tell you something. Beth's cried like maybe 2 or 3 times in our entire relationship.
Really? She seems like a crier.
No.
Yeah.
She's not.
She's always been very happy.
Yeah, she
Well, I mean, you cry for happy stuff, too, though.
Yeah, maybe she looked at me real hard and up there and said, what the fuck am I doing?
I'm actually marrying him?
Yeah.
No, she was so touched.
So you think they were sad tears?
Sad tears, like, I could have done better.
The reality finally hit her.
Well, I thought one of the best lines was someone in the crowd. We were getting ready to do this wedding, and I go. Someone yelled out, "Hey, look at Beth, not Mark Consuelos."
Right.
Yeah. So I said,
when you were saying something, the I do's.
Yeah. So I said, "Oh my God, I was trying to get my bearings," and I go, "Oh man, here I am marrying Beth, and I'm staring at Mark Consuelos," and Beth goes, "So am I."
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good.
Well, because he had to stand on a platform too to marry you.
We're so goddamn tall.
That was hilarious.
Well, he even announced that. He said, yes, I'm so happy to be on this riser in front of you.
He took it so seriously, and so did Kelly Ripa, and they wouldn't even say anything about it ahead of time.
In fact, she told me that he didn't tell her what he was going to do. He didn't even tell her what he had handed her.
Right.
He said, just hold this envelope.
So anyway...
Yeah, they're a very sweet couple, those two.
Yeah,
very nice.
They got a good marriage.
Yeah.
I think, it looks good to me.
Well, it seems that way.
Yeah,
they seem very happy.
She's fucking hot, too, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. She's a piece of ass.
Well, he's no slouch.
Yeah, those two.
It's a pretty couple.
Unlike me and Beth, those two look like they should be together.
Their kids look probably good-looking kids.
Yeah.
Handsome, pretty, whatever.
Yeah, I saw their kids. They're actually good-looking kids. Yeah. Like 2 good-looking people who get married and then have good-looking kids.
Right.
Yeah.
They're in that category.
Yeah.
The whole beautiful family.
See, the whole fucking family is too beautiful for words. Like they deserve to be alive.
That's right. It's a family that likes to take pictures of itself.
Hitler's dream couple, even though he's Mexican. You know what I mean?
He'd accept him.
He'd accept him.
Yeah.
He would have been part of the Aryan race. So anyway, so then we do the vows. Beth has the reaction to my vows like I wanted. Thank God, you know. I was like, wow.
Yeah, you really thought that through, I think.
I did. I spent a lot of time on it, actually.
Well,
Then
it's something you should spend time on. It really was very, very nice.
I spent like an hour on that.
Really, an hour, a good hour.
An hour of my
when you're
time.
inspired, an hour's all it takes.
Beth kept saying, you got to write your vows. You got to write your vows. I was like, yeah, I do want to do that, but what do you say? And I had to really think about it. Anyway.
Brian Phelan, you mentioned him.
I made a little speech.
Right. Well, he was so funny because he was sitting way in the back. And I was like, Brian, you got to mention. He said, and I'm still sitting back here.
Right. I said, you know, there were it was really weird. I think I said this on the air. The morning, I don't know if I did say this on the air.
No, I don't think you said it on the air because it was the first time I was hearing it.
Definitely did not say it on the air.
I'm walking in the day before my wedding. And Brian Phelan, who works for Howard TV, who's this big, heavyset guy who I once had a great night with in New Orleans.
Right.
We were both drunk, and one thing led to another. And we ended up throwing beads at strippers, and I don't know what we were doing. So anyway, I just like the guy. I know I don't want to get to hang out with him, but I like the guy.
Brian, the best way to describe Brian is the guy from the concert for New York who told Bin Laden to kiss his Irish ass. That's Brian Phelan.
Right. So anyway, Phelan, I'm walking in to the studio, and Phelan goes, all right, man, good luck at the wedding. Oh, thanks, man. He goes, if you need any advice, be sure to ask me. And I keep walking, because, you know, when I'm focused on doing the radio show, I'm just walking in, and I don't even think. So I'm walking in, and I go, you know what? I'm an asshole. This fucking guy, I got to think about what he just said. He said to me, if I need any advice, I should ask him. He obviously wants to tell me something.
He has something to say.
I said, why the fuck am I always so goddamn busy, too busy to talk to Brian Phelan? Who the fuck am I?
Most people are, though.
Yeah, and this, you know, every conversation around here off the air is superficial because you're working, and I stopped in my tracks, I turned around and I looked at him, and I said, Brian, do you really have advice for me? He said, I do. I said, I'd like to hear it. So he was like shocked, like, what the fuck? Now I'm on, you know. This never's happened in the last 20 years.
Uh-oh.
And we've been working together a long time.
He's like, what the fuck am I going to tell this guy about marriage?
Yeah. So he looked at me without missing a blink, and he said, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think when you're up there getting married, look at the smile on your wife's face. Look at how happy she is, and make her happiness your own. I said, what the fuck? I got goosebumps. I was like, the fuck, this fat fuck.
He knows something.
This fat drunken fuck knows something.
He clearly had been to a Chinese restaurant and got a fortune cookie.
I don't know. Come on, man. That was profound.
That's profound.
And I said to him, you know,
profound.
Brian.
And you never expected to come from Brian.
I said, Brian, I am so going to hold that inside of me because that makes a lot of sense to me. That makes a lot of goddamn sense.
Who
You're like
knew?
a fucking Irish Yoda or some shit.
The only problem is, what if, and you don't have this issue, but what if your bride isn't smiling?
Oh, yeah. All
So
right,
then
well.
you better get off stage.
So
Make
anyway.
her anger and hatred your anger and hatred.
So anyway, and then like he wasn't the only guy to give me advice. It was weird. Once I got into this advice mode, like all of a sudden advice was coming my way.
Right.
And
The best thing I did for you was not tell you shit about it.
Well, what
Yeah,
would
right.
you know? Come on.
Well, that's what I mean.
who was the second person I mentioned?
Pat Monahan.
Pat Menachia?
Menachia. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I mentioned him during the vows.
Okay, then who else did you mention about advice?
I can't remember my own fucking speech, but
I thought there was.
it was
I
Don
thought,
Buchwald and someone else. Who was the second person? Anybody remember? No one listened to me. They
You
were
mean
all drunk.
Brian?
No. Brian and Don and
It was one other person.
Terry, you're driving.
Terry. Okay,
Terry.
you got it. Yeah. So then I'm talking to my agent. I go, Don, you got any advice for me? Because now I'm thinking everyone's profound. And he goes, I do. I was like, wow, my agent has advice for me. And he goes, you know, when you're single, you're incomplete. And I'm thinking, wow, this is really heavy. And he goes, but when you're married, you're finished. So I was like, oh, man. That's one of the
that
great lines.
wasn't good.
Yeah. And then,
Don's been to a few roasts.
but
He's a friar.
Terry, the guy who drives me around, you know, because I'm too fucking famous to be driving myself
That's
around.
right. How could you drive?
If anyone saw me driving, it would be over.
You'd cause accidents.
This guy, Terry, he says to me, I get out of my shrink appointment. It's the day before my wedding. He goes, look, I got a full tank of gas. I could have you in Boca in 24 hours.
Such optimistic people.
Yeah. Terry McGregor.
Who the fuck would go to Boca? I'd go somewhere else.
Boca. But he goes to
all
Boca because
Terry knows.
he's a golfer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a Boca. Go down to Boca Raton, hit a couple of balls. We could have a great time. The first time I got married at my house with my family,
Right.
he says to me, I got a boat I can pull up.
Oh,
He's going to get you out of there one way or the other.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of escape
That's his whole wedding
methods.
thing. Yeah. He's got a whole
I got
escape.
a boat. I got a car. What do you need?
By the way, happy birthday to Artie Lange. We missed his birthday
That's right.
Saturday.
I thought about that the other day. I said,
Okay.
it's Artie's birthday week.
41. Not a lot. A lot of people losing a lot of money on the internet.
I was
41.
going to say, who expected it?
All right, so then, am I doing okay with the wedding talk here, or should we stop?
No, it's great.
All right,
I'm
so
enjoying it.
you
Please
enjoy
keep
it.
going.
Keep going. All right. So then, the next big thing was, I now pronounce you husband and
Beth
wife.
read her vows.
Right.
You did not cry.
I did not cry, but I thought they were. You know what?
They were beautiful.
I want to read them. It was hard for me even to concentrate.
I loved when she said, we're a team. We're now Team Stern. I love that.
Yeah, she wrote some nice stuff.
Yeah, sweet.
Now she's Beth Stern. She's going around being Beth Stern all over the place.
Yeah, and she said, you know what else got me? Because the Tom Arnold had been in here the day before.
Right.
And you said, you've been married 3 times already. What hasn't worked out for you? He said, none of them had my back.
Right.
I never got that feeling that you marry because you want somebody to have your back. And Beth said, I have your back.
Well, this was the eerie part of writing vows. Beth went in a room to write hers. I went in a room to write mine. And in my vows, I don't know what made me think of this. My friend Pat, I was running with him one day. And he said, you know what I like about marriage? He said, I asked him, like, what's the thing with marriage? And he goes, to me, he goes, I just like knowing that somebody has my back. And this stuck with me. So I came home and I told Beth about it. In fleeting conversation, 2 seconds. In my vows, she hadn't read my vows. I'm writing them. I go, I want to mention my friend Pat, who told me the greatest thing about marriage is, you have your back. And I just want you to know, honey, I have your back. Or something like that.
Right.
And then, like, separately, like, I thought it was really kind of eerie that she wrote in her vows
The same thing.
the same thing. I just want you to know I have your back.
And it struck me because that's what Tom Arnold was saying he never ever felt when he was in those marriages.
Roseanne didn't have his back, but she had his front.
Every
his
other
face.
side.
She had
every
his
other
balls.
side.
She had his face.
She had everything but his back.
Yeah. I don't know. He had her back.
He had her back, her front.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really beautiful. Then we went, and then we told everyone, let's go eat, and we went into this.
Yeah, and that was the thing, because then when you walked out, everybody followed you into the party.
Yeah. Well, Beth and I had gone to Le Cirque one night, and we were sitting there when we were trying to think of a wedding, and she said to me, this is such a beautiful room, and she goes, the thing that we love to do is go to dinner. So wouldn't it be nice just to take a bunch of people to dinner?
Yeah.
And it was the exact meal pretty much that we'd had. Now, I heard on Bubba's show and Adam Carolla's show, they didn't like the food because, it was like, foofy food, shishi.
It's shishi,
It
gourmet
wasn't-
food.
Yeah, but
yes.
I tell you, I think it's the best food around, and it was just delicious.
I
and-
heard Benji got the vegetarian meal.
Good for you.
Well, someone wrote, I think it was Richard Christie said, he was at Benji's table, and he said, watching Benji eat his vegetarian meal was like, right here, I got to read the exact quote. He said, it was like, he says, especially the asparagus, it was the funniest thing you ever see. He said, Benji looked like a fat bunny rabbit. So I thought that was great.
That's great.
My problem with that food is there's never enough of it. I like it. It's just too little.
Well, then
Well,
you
that's
load up on
Bubba's,
bread.
I'm sure, problem, too.
By the
They're
way,
trying
Bubba-
for a real,
Bubba's
hoedown.
heavier than Artie at this point.
I know.
Am I right, Art? Did you size him up?
No, I don't do that normally, but I mean, was next to him talking to him, and he certainly didn't seem smaller than me. I don't know.
It was a great night, being surrounded by all the people we work with, people we know in our lives, people who've been good to us on the show.
Yeah, it was amazing. I hardly ate because I was running around trying to say hello to everybody.
Yeah, and it was and Artie hardly ate because there wasn't enough food.
That's right.
And so,
I ate everything up.
He ate everything and he hardly
Every
ate.
one of my plates was clean.
Excellent. So it was kind of this fun night, and then like we're sitting and eating, and Phoebe got up and did 2 songs. They were, of course, serving the food during it. It was like, we had nowhere really to perform, but I hope people still enjoyed it.
No, that was amazing. And in fact, she was like, she wanted to, you know, she was like feeling like she was interrupting people's meals, and people said, no, keep singing.
Phoebe got up and did 2 songs, and the 2 songs that she did were, I'm spacing out.
I can tell you if you want.
Yeah, go
Sam
ahead.
Cooke song, right?
No, it's Everything I Do, I Do It For You, the Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams song, which was, I wish I had,
unbelievable,
we got to
yeah.
get Phoebe in just to sing the 2 songs she sang at my wedding.
Didn't you see Darling You Sent Me?
She sent you
Yeah,
sent me
you
the
sent
second
me.
one.
Is that a Sam Cooke song? That is.
It is.
Well, he
It is.
did it, yeah.
Yeah,
And the Bryan Adams
that
song,
was great.
I saw her interviewed. She said it mentions marriage or something in it. So, you know. So she chose those 2 songs, and she was just brilliant and wonderful and amazing.
Yeah.
And I called and thanked her a million times. It was really special. And then at the end, after they served the meal, everyone went back, and a lot of people performed. Like Stamos got on drums. There was a great house band. And
Everybody was like, ugh, and he can play drums too.
yeah, I know. That's what some girls told me. I didn't think he was that good looking until he started playing drums. And then, but I just want to make a point. So Phoebe started singing. Pat Monahan from Train sang a bunch of songs. He
Natalie and Jillian.
So anyway, all right. So this is what we got to talk about. This is the controversy of the night. I'll write down everything because I asked everyone to compile a list of all the things that they saw.
Right.
So, you know, when Natalie said when she'd sing When I See Beth Smile, I was happy about that, but I said, you know, gee, wouldn't it be great if Natalie got up and did a couple extra songs? And I said to Gary, don't bother her about it, but if she did, it'd be really cool. So the whole night goes by, and everyone's getting up and jamming and all this shit. Natalie finally gets up. She finally gets up. And in fact, all summer long, we were going to call Natalie, and we'd hung out with Natalie a little bit over the summer. And I was going to say to her, gee, do you think you want to do some more songs? But I didn't dare ask. It would be really cool if she did Landslide, but I'm not going to say anything. Well, because it's not about that. You know, you don't want to bug people and pressure them and all that shit. So all of a sudden, Natalie finally gets up. She's having trouble. She's tuning in a guitar, but she's getting ready to sing. Jillian Barbary. I like her, man.
I love Jillian. I was sitting next to her during the wedding.
Can I just make a quick...
She must have been drunk or something.
Can I make a quick
She was,
observation?
apparently.
I love Jillian. I really do. I had a great time with her. She was the closest thing to having invited a whackpacker to the wedding. She was just such a... she's
super fan.
Like, she would go... I was like in the corner, and I heard the shriek. Oh, my God, JD! You know, like, everybody she met was exciting to her.
She was having a great time.
Yes, she was.
Husband's a nice guy, the whole
Great
thing.
guy.
I love Fran.
She goes to Natalie, I'm going to get up and sing. I guess they'd had a discussion, and Jillian said, I'm going to get up and sing with you.
Natalie came over at one point, and they got into a conversation, and they realized they were both huge fans, and they bonded over that.
Right. But, Artie, were you here for this
No,
moment?
see,
Okay, so you got to hear
I would love
this.
to have heard Natalie Maines
You got-
sing Landslide,
well,
but
you gotta hear
Jillian
this.
sang it with her?
Hold it.
Oh, God.
Jillian gets up with her.
Oh, God.
They finally start singing Landslide. Natalie barely is singing.
Jillian's singing.
Jillian is singing.
And
And
everyone's in shock.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And I'm sitting there going, I didn't care, but it was such a great wedding. But I was like,
I'm glad I left. I would have started
Jillian
drinking.
wind up singing at my wedding.
so I realized Natalie Maines, who probably sings that song better than anyone on the planet,
One of the best songs
including
ever.
Stevie Nicks or
That's
anybody.
right.
It's a great
She
tune.
gets up there, and now Jillian is singing at the top of her drunken lungs.
You know
And-
what? The whole audience started singing, trying to drown her
Well,
out.
this starts happening, and I'm in shock. And I don't know what anyone else is thinking, but I'm thinking like Jillian's going to stop singing at some point and let.
Or realize that she's singing with Natalie Maines, she should shut up.
Right. So anyway, all of a sudden, the song is over, and she gets off stage and she says to me, gee, do you think it's okay that I sang with Natalie? Do you think maybe the song got ruined? I said, listen, the song did get ruined, but it wasn't your fault. I said, Natalie wasn't on our game. Trying to make...
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So she walks down. Sarah Silverman walks up to me. She pulls me aside and goes, "What the fuck was that?" I go, "What?" She goes, "Oh my God, can you fucking believe?" Like, Sarah Silverman, if she had had a gun, Jillian would have been dead.
Oh my God.
She was insane. I know Jillian's listening to this too.
I know, of course.
And probably going nuts and all embarrassed, but it was funny. And but
it was a light moment.
but
in the whole thing.
people were pissed. I mean, there was a lot, and someone else
I thought
very
Natalie
prominent.
Was gonna sing.
Well, I don't think he'll mind me saying this. I don't know.
He wouldn't mind.
Who are you talking?
I know who
about?
it is. I don't think he'd mind.
Sharippa?
Yeah.
He went. Steve goes. Steve Sharippa goes, and Steve and Beth worked together on a show. So he didn't say this to me, but he went. He goes, "What the fuck is this?" He goes, "This." He goes, "This is like karaoke." He goes, "I can sing better than her. That's it. I'm fucking leaving." And he walked out of the wedding.
I had left before that, but I
sent him home.
She sent him home.
that would have been a highlight of the night. Landslide, you know.
Right.
And by the way, so during the eating part of the wedding, a lot of people made a speech. Ralph made a speech. He was working on this speech for fucking 7 days. He ended up throwing it out.
He's out of his Howard. He's so out of his mind. He comes to me and he goes, "How much time do I have?" I go, "Like 15 minutes." It's like, what? Like, really freaks out. He's got cards and they're scratching all over them. It's like,
Right.
he was insane. I go, "Ralph, you've been working on this for months."
You really ruined his night.
But I mean,
by
why?
giving him an assignment.
But the guy's had months
did
and months,
fine, though.
and he's like, "How much time do I have?" I go, "You had 6 months to write these vows."
Well,
Vows. Sorry.
Vows.
There's a Freudian.
That's my wife. Anyway, so
He should have walked you down the aisle and given you away.
Artie made a great speech where he incorporated that he had dedicated his book to me, and I was really moved by that. He fucking killed me with that. And thanks, man. That was really beautiful. And no one ever dedicated a book to me like that. I mean, that was really very sweet. And great speech, funny. You know, Artie has no
He
trouble.
roasted a few people.
Yeah, people said Artie took it real seriously. They said even during our wedding, he was like busy jotting notes and writing shit down.
He was looking at the room. You could tell.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Things in.
I didn't know Billy Joel was definitely going to be there, and I had 2 jokes with him in it. And I was gonna. I said, "Fuck it, I'll just do them." But I couldn't. It was that the setup of the room helped me because not being able to see him made it easier. To
Yes,
Right.
yes.
But
Anyway, so
I was honored that you would let me make a speech, man, and that was very, very nice.
This is a Howard TV original production.
Here's what you have to look forward to
on this episode of The Bonus Show. Pete's hands are tied.
Get this fucking thing off.
Gary finds hair in the sink.
I don't know if that's fucking ball hair.
Benji makes Beetle feel uncomfortable.
You don't want to be tickled.
I don't know nobody tickle me.
And Ronnie comes to terms with being senile.
That's what happens when you get old. You can't remember this shit.
Hello, Stern fans, and welcome to The Bonus Show, a weekly update of all the great behind-the-scenes moments you can't see anywhere else. I'm Rachel Fine.
And I'm John Hine.
Let's skip the small talk and get right to the first clip, shall we?
Agreed, Rachel. Let's not banter. Let's get to it.
Yeah, John, what happens is a lot of times our setup is longer than the actual clip itself, and we need to be very careful about that.
You know, I couldn't agree with you more. All solid points and well phrased, I might add.
Thank you, John.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Rachel.
This first clip needs no setup.
Don't be an asshole.
I don't really give a fuck
Don't be a
what you
fucking
got.
asshole.
I
got
don't
hot
care
water
what you
in
got.
here. I got hot water here. Calm down.
Good.
Calm down.
Good.
Listen, jerk off. It's enough out of you.
Good.
Who's over there? Come through, please.
What, are you going to time it to walk through at the same time?
I'm just trying to get to my desk.
Yeah, good.
Fucking office bully. Can we shove that thing up your ass? Huh?
Yeah, come on.
I know how you like that. Get away from me, cocksucker.
What can I do for you?
Got any advice for JD this weekend?
Excuse me. Just play it cool. Don't even walk near me now. Walk that way.
I'm told by the producer we only have 19 more hours of footage where Will and Ronnie harass each other, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Here's something we have no shortage of, and that's medicated Pete being the butt of a joke.
Put your hands in there. I'm going to show you this. It's cool how this works.
Both hands.
Both hands.
Dog, what the hell, man? What the hell are you doing? Dude,
Take his pants off. See if someone in the bullpen can help you out.
Get this fucking thing off. What the hell?
There's a predicament out in the hallway.
What?
Hey, want.
We need help.
I got.
Who gives a shit?
Now, Rachel, you know how hard the people work on the Stern Show staff, right?
Yeah, they come in early and they leave late.
Yep. And sometimes they don't get a chance to trim their body hair at home, so they have to use the bathroom by the control room.
That I did not know. Gross.
Here's a bathroom altercation between Baba Booey and a hair clipper happy Sal the stockbroker.
So Sal was just in here right before me. I saw him with a pair of scissors. I don't know what. I don't know if that's fucking ball hair or beard. But like, what is that? That is disgusting. I'm gonna go get him now. Seriously, I'm gonna go get him. Sal, you got a second? Can you come with me for a second?
What's going on?
I'm gonna ask you.
Set up.
No, you're not being set up.
Oh, did I leave the bathroom dirty?
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, I got black gunk from the makeup in my mustache and I cut it. It's not pubic hair, whatever you think.
I'm not positive what it is.
I swear to God. As a matter of fact, if you look right here, Gar, you can see the line I made with my scissor.
But why'd you have to cut it?
When I cleaned it, there was still like some black pieces, so I
know, but so clean it.
I know, but then you walked in, and as a courtesy, I walked out
I know,
for
but
you.
You could say, so if you walked in as a courtesy, if I left the shit in the toilet, when I say, oh, as a courtesy, I'll let you in.
That's what you do to me. You were so dominating that when I see you, I just run.
I didn't even say get out. I just
have to. I saw you go, look, this is the boss. I gotta move.
You have zero respect for me, and all of a sudden you're afraid of me?
No, I'm just bullshitting.
Exactly. Get him out. Get him out. I just want to wash my fucking hands.
All right. Just one more.
As disgusting as guys are, I have to say that women's bathrooms are way worse.
How so?
Well, you've walked into a bathroom and witnessed a floater, right?
Sure, numerous occasions.
Uh-huh. Have you ever seen a floater with a used tampon on top of it? Okay. While John works that image out of his head, I will set up the next clip by saying, here is Benji on a tickle rampage.
They asked me to try to tickle you. If you want, if you don't want to be tickled, it's fine.
I don't know nobody tickle me. No
okay, that's fine. But if I were gonna, I won't do it, Beetle. But
He's really good at it.
I'm not.
I'm
professional tickler.
He's great at it, Beetle.
But Beetle.
I don't care, but
he's the best in the business.
I'm not nobody touching me.
No, Beetle, I'm not going to do it. I promise.
Nobody ain't tickling.
But could I ask you, could you tickle yourself in my honor?
No.
Do you want to tickle him?
I ain't taking nobody.
All right.
You don't want to use
Can I just show him what I would do real quick to you, Richard?
Yeah, here, Beetle, watch.
Show him how much fun it is.
All right. That's good for you.
You ready?
Here, you do it. There you go.
See how much fun that is, mate?
Yeah, that's good.
Look.
Raise on wheels.
Even his naughty parts, he loves tickle.
Yeah, raise on wheels. I'm not doing that.
All right.
Come on, B.
Nah.
It's a good time. Whoa. Easy.
Rachel, can I tickle you?
John, remember the no touching policy that we have.
Can I tickle you in my mind?
Sure, John. Tickle away. Next up, we visit Mr. Hine and the guys during the wrap-up show. Here, Ronnie tries his best to recall a memory to no avail.
Yeah, I was into the Doors.
What Doors? Like, what's your favorite Doors song?
What's the Doors out? That whole album, the Doors album was the Doors, wasn't it? The album, one album called The Doors.
Which one? I mean, what songs are you thinking about?
I can't even remember, man. My head is blank right now with that stuff. I'm trying to think who else. All the fast shit though.
Paul Anka's not fast.
Well, he had some fast stuff.
Did he?
On.
What fast Paul Anka
Sweet
song?
Caroline, man.
That's
I mean Neil Diamond. Yeah, that was
Neil Diamond.
That was Neil Diamond. I don't know. I can't remember. That's what happens when you get old. You can't remember this shit.
The guy in the graphic box over my left shoulder is really a woman, has a black belt in Taekwondo, and is a proponent of bestiality. Now, only one of those points I just mentioned is true. You decide which one.
The bestiality thing, it's a smokescreen.
I think people should be allowed to fuck animals. I mean, if you're allowed to eat them, why not fuck them?
So, Benji, based on all of this, should adults be allowed to have sex with minors?
No, I don't
think so. But
why?
Why?
Well, listen, I'm not saying that there's. I'm not saying that there can't be an intellectual.
Why is that a rule?
Because because I think as a societal rule, what a minor is changed by different cultures.
But do you think do you think a goat can make a decision whether they want to be raped by a human,
or can they make a decision whether it can be eaten by a human? I mean, we've talked about all this before, but like,
listen, I could care less if somebody wants to fuck a goat. I don't know how that affects my life in any way. But listen, you say bestiality.
Should goats be allowed in the military though?
That's just stupid.
Okay, guess I'm not going to get Benji a kitten for Christmas. And wrapping up the wrap-up show this week is our good friend Jason Kaplan, talking about his love of dipping sauce.
In Amsterdam, one night, we're all in the red light district, and we all kind of got split up. And the thought was that, if you're by yourself or maybe with one other guy, you might be sneaking off to go get a whore. So this is for my bachelor party. So I don't remember this. These guys tell me this. I disappeared. Everyone thought I was off getting a whore. They're all looking for me. To turn around the corner, they say I walked around with the biggest grin they've ever seen on someone's face. I just had a huge thing of French fries in my hand and mayo, and I was just covered in mayo. There's mayo all over my fingers and my face. I'm like, dude, those fries are the greatest thing ever. But more importantly, the mayo they have, the spicy mayo. Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
I would never eat it.
Oh.
Bob in St. Louis, you're on the wrap-up show.
Eat it off your back.
Before we wrap it up for this week, I'd like to introduce a new segment on our show called Let's Hear a Joke from our robotic camera operator, Brian Phelan. Brian?
Let's hear a joke from our robotic camera operator, Brian Phelan.
Jewish girl asks the father for $50. He goes, $40? What do you need $30 for?
Now that's a good one. For all of us here at The Bonus Show, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You get that from Jackie?
You know what this is? No. Go like this. Put out your fingers. Watch this.
Yeah, and it's going to be like impossible to get it off. That's...
Oh, it's broken. You know, fuck you. Keep them on your fingers anyway. Let me see your fingers.
Yeah.
You broke it, dude.
I know.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staff, whack packers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, when the guys at Howard TV first conceived the show, my guest today was one of the first names that popped up as a must-have. Now, it's not because of any one particular thing that he does, it's because he has utter and complete verbal diarrhea. You may love him, you may hate him, but you certainly know what his penis looks like. His phony phone calls are instant classics, and his least favorite number is 143. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sal, the stockbroker Governale.
Rachel Fine!
Sal Governale. Oh, you're not
sorry.
falling
Okay.
for that. Let's just,
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Okay,
Little
sit down.
You feel warm?
Not falling for that again.
Fresh and
Just
warm.
sit down. Are you ready to answer some fan questions?
I am ready. I'm ready for anything that you ask me.
Fantastic. Can I keep your eyes in this general direction?
Yes.
All right, first question comes from JM on Twitter. He wants to know, how did you feel when you got hired by Howard?
Extremely excited, Rachel, but at first, to be honest, I thought it was a prank because Gary pranked me 5 years prior. You know, they got me pretty good on the show. I was working on Wall Street, and I was actually that day writing jokes for Artie Lange because he was doing the Donald Trump roast. And I was kind of bummed out, you know, that Win John's job just ended, the great Richard Christie won, which was the greatest thing to happen to the show. And I got a call, like, hello, Howard was thinking, we'd like to give you a shot here. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Sure enough, I got invited into the show, and it's been 7 years later. So it's been great.
Wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh, thank you.
Next question came in from Facebook. This is from John R. He says, F, marry, kill, Richard, Howard, and Robin, and explain your reasons.
Okay. Well, definitely marry Richard because I love him, and he's my second wife. I would probably fuck Howard because it would make for great radio. Robin, you won't believe what happened to me last night. What, Howard? Sal fucked me up the ass. Oh my God, don't tell me that. Yes, he did. And I would, unfortunately, because of the game, have no choice but to kill Robin.
That hurts.
Sorry, Robin.
That's crazy.
Sorry to hear that.
What's wrong with him?
Only because of the game. Only because
you're
the game
really getting into that.
gives me no choice but to do it. Okay.
Excellent. Moving on.
Is she dead yet?
She is dead. Next question is from Joseph M. on Facebook. He asks, what do you want to do once the Stern Show ends?
You. Every
That is
night.
so sweet.
As long as Richie Wilson doesn't kill me.
You're going to have to clear that with Richie.
What do I want to do? I want to continue to write with Richard Christie, put shows together, comedy, perhaps work for a television show like Jimmy Kimmel, certainly pursue stand-up, and just continue within that vicinity, in the entertainment industry in some capacity.
Sounds good. Maybe you'll be the next Ronnie Mund.
I said entertainment.
Next question is Kim S. also on Facebook.
Kim S.
She says, Sal,
Yes.
tell me one thing you love about your wife. Really love, no jokes. Can you?
Yes, of course. My wife is a spectacular and awesome mother. Really, really great. That's one. I could tell you a few.
Give me another.
I think she's absolutely beautiful. I think she has a great personality. And I also think if it wasn't for her, 80% of my material would be out the window. She always says to me that, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have anything. And to some point, that's true. The price that we pay for that is a different story. But it's certainly the truth. She's really good.
She's a good source of your comedy.
Yeah, she's got a good sense of humor.
So romantic. Next one also from Twitter is from Roger. He says, how did you ever pass the Series 7 exam?
I studied every day. I actually made it a job. I got up at 9 in the morning and I went to my kitchen table and I stayed there till 5 p.m. And the only time I took a break was at noon, like I took a lunch break, and I would put on The Price is Right during my lunch break. And I watched The Price is Right, and then I went back to studying, and I studied real hard. I crammed it all in, and I got an 86 first time out.
Nice. Do you think if you took it again today without preparing, you'd pass it?
68. It would take some time, but I can certainly pass it again.
Nice. Next question also from Twitter is from Stacy. Stacy says, is Gary still eating black and white cookies with crumbs running down his chin?
Well, I would have to say yes, I am. I love them, and there's nothing better to put me to sleep quicker than a good old batch of black and white cookies right after I'm done playing solitaire, boy.
Sorry to wake you up. Next one came in from Facebook. This is from Scott M.
Oh, Scott.
From Scott. Sal, what do you do all day other than the prank calls?
Well, that's a good question. We do song parodies. We listen to listener submissions. We put bits together. We put games together, like the Debbie the Come game today. We also write when people go out on the street. Rich and I actually go out on the street a lot, so we're constantly coming up with new concepts for the street, like Occupy Wall Street, like going to Harlem, talking about topical topics there. While the show is on, during the course of the show, I and Richard also send Howard jokes and media during the course of the show through Will and Steve on the computer. We submit jokes for other people as well, like Evil Dave. When George Takei comes in, we write the announces for him. So constantly doing stuff.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Jose N on Facebook says, has there ever been one call that you really loved but couldn't play it on the show?
Yes, there are quite a few, and there's one in particular that we really love. It took about 6 months to produce. It involved many characters on the show, like Wood Yee, like Craig Gass doing his Gene Simmons impersonation, and we just couldn't play it. This call was so good that Gary reached out to this particular person. They do have a product that they sell as well, and even gave that person the opportunity to come on the show and be interviewed about it, provided that we could play the prank call. Still didn't happen. There are a lot of great prank calls that we just can't play. People say no, and that's it. No is no. Everything that we do, we get a consent for. And if we don't get the consent, we can't play it.
What percentage doesn't make it through?
I would say lately it's been like 40-70 in our favor. About 40% does not make it through. 40%.
Do you recognize that 40 plus 70 is more than 100?
Oh, my God, I just realized that. 40-60. 40-65, yeah.
Can we go back to the Series 7 question?
Yeah.
Michael G tweeted us.
So embarrassed.
Sal, is your hair growing back with the fake propecia?
Feel it. What do you think?
It actually looks good. It looks pretty full.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't feel it before. So
well, it was called alopecia.
And I got it from India. I went to this website online because Propecia is very expensive and I can't afford it. So I looked online and I received this Indian Propecia called Apisha. And I tried that for a little bit, but I was getting some wacky side effects. So I stopped that, but what I'm doing now is I'm doing Rogaine twice a day. I do the Rogaine foam. Get right in the peaks, rub it in, go to the back. How's the back look?
It looks good.
Yeah, fill it up there. That's it. And then, and just the opposite on my balls and cock. It's nair. Gets all the hair out. So bald here, full there. It's a match made in heaven, ladies. Match made in heaven.
Next is from Live and Uncut on Twitter. If you had to choose either your wife or Richard to live with for the rest of your life, who would it be and why?
Wow, that is a great question. Sorry, buddy. But I'm going to have to live with you for the rest of my life.
You pick me?
Do I stutter, shithead?
Thanks, honey.
Well, I've had my wife for quite a long time. I've known my wife for 16 years now, and I've only known Richard for 7. So to be fair and to balance it out, I have to give him at least 9 more. So, yeah. Welcome aboard, babe. You're in.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome, sweetie. Anything.
I want to thank Sal for answering all the questions that you, the fans, provided. Keep sending your questions in via Twitter, Facebook, email, and video submission. And remember that this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next week, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time.
I know I did.
Thank you very much for that.
Shut the cameras off. Jesus.
Richie!
No, Richie. Bye.
Sirius XM Radio Inc. And the reason I'm here is to announce on Howard Stern all the details about our merger. I've always told Howard that before I ever did any press, the first place I would be with Howard Stern. So before I talk to CNBC today, and before I do the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, I'm at the place I should be, which is with Howard Stern.
Mel Karmazin is my hero, as you know. He has done incredible things for my career in radio. He's the guy who hired me in terrestrial radio. And he is the guy who just finished getting this merger put through. There's my hero. Look at him in his suit. I said, there's my hero. You're the hero of the day. You're the winner of the week. Here, Mel. Hi.
Are we on?
Yeah,
we're on. What do I know about radio?
You know it all, evidently. Mel, congratulations on the merger of the new company, Sirius XM. Who came up with that name, Sirius XM?
We hired a team of about 100 people to try to figure out what we should call.
Is that true? Did you hire a lot of people to figure out what to call the new company?
Howard, have I ever hired a lot of people
No,
to do
that's
anything?
true. Now that I think about it, that's completely false. But why not give it the name either Sirius or XM? Although I started thinking about it, it's true. People know the name XM. People know the name Sirius. If you change it to a new name, you have to go out and spend millions of dollars marketing a new company.
Less of a factor than the real reason, which is if you buy a General Motors car, there's an AM button and an FM button and an XM button.
Right.
And it's in all of those cars today. The last thing we wanted to do was to make those things look obsolete. So somebody's driving in a car and they see this XM button and they say, what does that mean? And the same thing would be true if you have a Mercedes. There's the Series Dog, as a button. And our goal was to make this as friendly to subscribers as possible. So there was a lot of other names that we could have gone with, but the simplest one and the best one for consumers seemed to be Sirius XM.
All right, before we get into the particulars, as a personal, I'm interested in the human story here of the merger. What did this do to you as a person when you were waiting 18 months, sitting there and nudging and nagging the United States government, testifying before Congress, and the thing dragged on and on and on? It didn't, I was angry. I was upset for you. I really was. I was incensed because it made me lose belief in the government. The government eventually did the right thing, but at a high cost. I mean, waiting 18 months slows us down. What did that do to you personally?
So I can give you the BS answer, which is it made me a better person. No. But that's it. No.
Give me the real answer.
The real answer is it really was dreadful. Clearly, there was no reason that this merger should not have been allowed to take place.
Right.
But even if, in fact, somebody thought it shouldn't take place, it's not that complicated. You could have sort of said,
yes or no.
Yes or no. And you could have done that real early.
I spoke to a lawyer who handles these kinds of things. He says, you have no idea how many mergers are approved where there are real questions about whether something's a monopoly. He says, and they're approved almost immediately in terms of compared to the Sirius XM deal. Why was this dragged out so long? Was it me? Did you ever think it might be me?
I thought it might be you all the time.
Right.
In part because of you, satellite radio became so visible. Right. And, satellite radio, I mean, think about when you joined the company.
Right.
There were 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
Not top of mind in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Certainly a lot of work was done. XM had more subscribers than Sirius did at that time. And but satellite radio wasn't top of mind. Suddenly, after you joined, and after it became such big news that you were coming to satellite radio, anything involving satellite radio then became very big news. So the fact that the announcement was on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal, on the front pages of the New York Times, I had done, my career about over $200 billion worth of mergers and acquisitions.
Right.
This is an unbelievably small deal, an
right.
exciting one,
right.
and will be a big one, but not a big deal.
And for a small deal, there's an inordinate amount of attention on it.
Far more than we had. This deal took longer to do. We had more congressional hearings. There were more